guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming my April ranking video. This video is going up a little bit late, but it's because I left my notebook with all the palettes I used in the month of April at work and I kept forgetting to bring it home on the weekends. So this video is a little late, but without further blabbering, let's get into me ranking all my palettes that I used in the month of April. So you guys, I have a basket. Look at me, I'm a professional. When I was pulling these palettes out, I was honestly freaking out because there's so many good ones here. I don't know how I'm going to do this without hurting somebody's feelings, including mine. So pray for me because this is gonna be hard, but here we go. Okay guys, so we're ranking 15 palettes. This is gonna be so hard. So here we go. Okay, so 15, 14, and 13th place go to the Makeup Revolution quads. You can rank these however you want, but that's how I'm just gonna put them in as a group. These are so cute. I totally bought these because of the adorable packaging. I have not used these since I filmed that video, so you can come for me, but it is what it is. I thought these were so fun to look at, and they actually didn't work too horribly for me. I know a lot of my friends had trouble with them because they said they were really smelly. Angie in particular mentioned how smelly these were. She said maybe she thought the glue was being a little funky. I personally thought they had a beautiful color story, that the packaging was nice. They swatched really well. They worked really quite okay on my eyes. I wouldn't say this is like my favorite formula in the whole wide world, but I don't think this is the worst eyeshadow that Revolution has ever done. So that is palette number 15, 14, and 13. So for number 12, we have this little guy from Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay G-Train. I got this on sale. I have an eye look that I filmed with this. It should be coming up on my channel soon-ish here if you guys are curious to see. But yeah, I got this for 12 bucks and I figured I'd pick it up and try it out. Now, it's okay. I feel like I just really want to like something from Urban Decay because they are a brand that I used to love so much. If you guys have seen my TikTok palette tag video that I did, that was created by Samantha March and Ellie Glines, I showed you guys my oldest palette. It is Urban Decay, and I've always loved Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes, except recently. Recently, things have gone a little downhill for me and Urban Decay, so I was hoping, I was praying, I was like, okay, they did a greenish eyeshadow palette. I should pick it up and try it, and this one was just okay, so that's why it is at number 12. Okay, so for number 11, we are gonna whip out this guy. This is a Jacqueline Hill Morphe palette, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised by this palette. It is a huge smorgasbord of pinks and purples. It kind of reminds me of that new Norvina palette now that I think about it, and a little bit of the theme that maybe Auntie Pat is going with her new palette that's coming out, but honestly, I don't hate this. I think this is a fun palette. I think it's very spring, it's very summer. You're going to be able to create so many great everyday fun pops of color looks with these. I think these shades will also pair really well with the colorful shades in her original palette. So if you like Jacqueline Hill or you don't like Jacqueline Hill, I still feel like this is a very decent palette, and I am actually not mad that I bought this. I'm not mad that I bought any of these palettes. It's always fun to try new things, different things, so very happy that I have that baby in my collection. So for palette number 10 and 9, we're gonna pair these again kind of together. I don't really care what order these go in. So we have the Natasha De Nona Mini Retro palette and the Natasha De Nona Mini Nude palette. Actually, I would say this is probably number 10 and this is probably number 9 because this one is so boring to me. I was so excited for this palette because so many people have raved about the Mini Nude, but this color story I feel like is such a snooze fest, so that's why I'm ranking it kind of a little bit lower. But I did pick this up in New York when I met Natasha De Nona. That's what that little scribble is, so this palette has some really great little memories attached to it. And this guy, I just love the shimmer shades, but I did a battle of the palettes where I paired this one on one side and then I did the Vintage Rose palette by Me Glo on the one side, and I really felt like the Vintage Rose palette really shined through there. This one is definitely more gently pigmented, so I think it's going to be really nice for somebody that wants to do everyday eye looks with this, but it's just not my favorite. So I'm ranking it at number 9. So on to number 8. We have this little guy. This is the Pastel Pup Palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. Now the reason this one is ranked 9 is only because you guys know I am terrified of pastel eyeshadows. Honestly, like I feel like I have such a warm undertone. Pastels just are so scary for me. I'm so much more comfortable in shades like this, like vibrant colors, just because I know they really complement my skin tone. They really pull my tan out. Whereas pastels, I always have to worry about looking ashy and this, that, and the other. So I was very, very nervous using this, but I did pair this with a white base, and I think the look I did with this palette, first impression, turned out really great. I want to pull this out some more. I just have not been able to prioritize it, so I do really like this palette, and I think if you guys are looking for a pastel palette, this might be your guy. Also, how cute is the little seal? Like, this is so cute. And that palette was sent to me in PR, so very, very thankful for Menagerie for sending me that beautiful palette. And I just can't wait to see what they have planned this summer, because I know they have a palette coming, so very, very excited for that. And then in number 8, we are going to talk about the Glamlight Cake Palette. Now, this one is humongoid. It is the epitome of huge. It is bougie, it is cake extraordinary. It comes with its own freaking oven. Like, I don't know what else to say about this. So this is a very colorful palette. I really love Glamlight's formula. Their mattes are so beautifully pigmented, whether it is the neutral side or the colorful side. You can definitely get a solid look out of this. So I'm very, very happy I purchased this. I'm so happy I own it, but it's definitely not like my favorite colorful palette ever. Like, if my house was on fire, I'm not like grabbing for that palette, if that makes any sense. So for number 6, I'm grabbing this guy. This is the Knobla Metropolis palette. I like the formula of this, and I love some of the shades, but I don't know that this color scheme is like the most cohesive for me. I feel like it's basically neutrals, and then they give me this color, and then this like very like white, pinky, like iridescent shade. So I don't really get the color story that they decided to go with this palette, but I love the whole vibe of this cutie release because they came out with 3 of them, so you can really mix and match them, and the packaging is adorable. So that's why I ranked it a little bit higher. But yeah, it's just not my favorite color story on its own. I think this one is a good palette to pair with the other ones. So the next palette that I'm ranking is this guy. This is the Knobla Cutie palette in the shade Platinum. This is like a cool tone makeup lover's dream. This shade right here, oh my goodness, it's so cute. It's called Gem System, and it's like this grage, taupey, shimmery goodness, and I love the size of this as well. So I love the whole vibe of this. It's just not my favorite color story, so that's why I ranked it at number 5. At number 4, we have this cutie. This is the Vintage Rose palette by Me Glo. Now, this is not a new palette by any means, but if you guys do get your hands on this, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's got some beautiful pinky shimmers and some beautiful reds and rose golds and this beautiful green, and it's just the most beautiful pigmented palette. I mean, look at those shades. They're absolutely stunning. So if you guys are wondering about this palette, I think it's stunning. It goes so well with my skin tone. I'm sure it'll pair really well with darker skin tones as well as lighter skin tones, and I love supporting indie brands, so I'm very, very excited about this palette. And it's always fun to be reminded of good little treasure palettes in your collection that you might not always use. Okay guys, top 3, drum roll please. I can't make drum roll noises. Okay, so number 3 is this guy. Did you guys guess it? Oh my gosh, this is the Wild Berry palette from Knobla, and oh my goodness, she is a beautiful lady. I think this palette is definitely more fall for me right now, but like this lip color and this eyeshadow palette, I feel like, you know, this needs to happen. Like, they need to get together, they need to hang out, maybe make some babies, I don't know. But this is the most beautiful palette of those 3 cuties in my opinion. Everybody wants this palette, and I think it's so flattering on light skin tones, on my skin tone. I think if I saw this on a deeper skin tone, I think it would be so beautiful because it just brings out those warm tones in your skin. So I love this, guy. This is my favorite, and that is that. Any guesses on number 2? This one is a tough one. This should just be a tie, but I feel like, you know, for fun, I should rank them. So in number 2, we are ranking the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes palette. Everyone has been loving this palette, and for good reason. My friend Britt Clark is obsessed with this palette, and that girl's got good taste. I really like the shimmers. I like the mattes. This is such a great everyday palette. Like, I can't stand it. Like, I can't stand what a great palette this is. I feel like we've all been sleeping on Artist Couture. I know they did a more colorful palette. I don't know if it was like last year or the year before, but I remember their palette and I wasn't even that excited about it. So I'm really hoping that they do more palettes, and they do more palettes like this in this format, because it's just so substantial. It looks expensive. The quality is great. Like, they need to do more palettes like this, and I will buy every single one. Okay, thank you. Okay, so number 1 spot. Pause this video and guess. Pause this video and guess. Can you guess what palette is in my number 1 spot? You got this? You got it? Yeah, you guys got it? Okay, so number 1 is this guy. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with the Sigma Corte Rosa palette. If I were to abandon being a YouTuber and just go back to being regular old me, this is the palette I would take with me on my journey. This is such a beautiful palette. It isn't even basic. Like, I feel like, you know, you say like, oh, this is a basic palette. It's like, no, it's not basic. Their shimmers are beautiful. The packaging is great. The brush that comes with it is all you need. You can do plenty of eye looks with that brush. I feel like this is so great for every day. If you're a busy mom, like this, this palette is for everyone. Every freaking person out there can use this palette and love the shit out of it. Even my friend Amy, who is an indie brand loving, colorful clown makeup wearing friend of mine, she gave it an amazing review recently. So the Sigma Corte Rosa palette has me screaming from the mountaintops because I love that palette so much. So anyway, guys, that is it for my ranking video for April. That was really hard, okay? Pats on the back for me for getting that film finally. I will leave my ranking playlist linked at the end so you guys can watch some of my other ranking videos. This is a very new thing for me, so if you guys like this type of video, definitely let me know down in the comments so I can keep them coming. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in my next one soon. Bye!